How's it going? This content review is gonna be somewhat different anyway. As you probably guess, it's My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Before I get right down to reviewing it, I'm going to take a brief history on how I looked at the Hasbro franchise as a whole. Well, I remember watching the original G1 series. I only watched a couple of episodes because I was mostly attached to what I watched back then. And since it is made by Hasbro, who also made Transformers in the same year, it's obviously that My Little Pony is marketed for girls. And looking at episodes now, the old ones, they don't have much appeal. Mostly because the main characters haven't been given much development. Mostly because it's only made to sell toys. The only thing worth watching though are the antagonists. It's almost like the writers mostly concentrated on the villains. It's one of those aspects where you root for the bad guys and you hate the heroes. Of course, since Transformers is still going strong, well, only slowly gonna start to lose its popularity. In fact, in Generation 2, where they start making the characters a lot older, teenagers to be precise, and try to have like unlike the teen sitcoms and shows involving teenagers nowadays, where they focus on the problems of adolescence, they just go with the typical cliche teen show scenario. And it's not like the shows like Ben 10 and Ben 10 Air Force and Ben 10 Ultimate E, where the characters, well, as the series goes on, they get older. And of course, makes room for not only character development, but also story development as well, I think. Not like nowadays where they focus more on the writing and development a lot more than the marketing. Well, G2 My Little Pony was one of the first to encounter it, but not very successful at it. And G3, however, based on what I remember when I was a teenager, it started to go downhill. Mostly because most of features were mostly like 40 minutes long and they released straight to DVD. And the toys, the same, didn't help us much. So, basically it's, well, since there are other franchises like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Justice League, which is previously known as the Super Friends, and also Thundercats, it's about time that they need a reboot. And from what I heard, I was browsing on DeviantArt and when named Jared Spector released a analyzing and improving on the current Friendship is Magic. And I was actually a bit surprised that there's a new series. So I did browsing and watched like the entire first season last summer, and I was actually pretty surprised. It was developed by Lauren Faust, who was married to Craig McCracken. For those who are fans of Cartoon Network know that he's the guy behind Powerpuff Girls and Monsters Home for Imaginary Friends. And base. Not only was like the writing is better, well, it is still aiming for girls, but surprisingly the fan base is mostly guys, probably around my age. yeah, I was actually shocked to hear about it as well. And also, I did. In fact, they even. And also, Animated Analysis made a video on where Stephen and Newtrack interviewed the Brony community and explained, like, why do they like the series. That's a pretty creative idea. Aside from the good writing, it also has better animation. G3 did use flash animation for the Baby Q segments, which, as you know, they're awful. And instead of focusing on like the entire cast, like in the original series, they're focusing more on 6 main characters this time. It's like they just looked over the previous generation series and thinking what they should put in and what they should not. And as of right now, I'm watching the season 2 as well. And actually pretty excited about the 2-part finale, the Royal Wedding episode. And even features some of the cast members of G3. But what surprised me most is Tara Strong as the voice of Twilight Sparkle. And that's one of the reasons why I watched the series. One of my favorite voice actors. Well, it's no surprise she's done mostly cutesy roles like Timmy Turner, Fairly Odd Parents, Hello Kitty, and also Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. And, well, of course, she has done serious roles like, well, actually not so serious, but also goth characters like in the short-lived detention, English Third in Disney's film noir, Katie Smith in the video game Killer 7, and of course, Raven from Teen Titans, which she considered to be her best role. And what's so amazing about G4 is that they actually have morals. Well, not like it doesn't actually try to like tone it down. It's one of those morals that you have encountered nowadays. Like, for example, one episode where like you shouldn't worry too much what's gonna happen like in the future, and you focus more on the present. And it's the episode called "It's About Time" where Twilight meets her future self, and of course trying to figure out what she meant by all this. Now, also I heard that I did hear about Lauren Faust leaving the series. Well, it didn't exactly leave the entire series. Basically, she's still the creative consultant. And she wants to focus more on a concept of anime she's had for a long time called Galaxy Girls. And this was made before they declared Pluto a dead planet and therefore excluded out of the solar system. And what surprised me that it not only, besides from the large fan base, but it's also one of those franchise where you could just make up, like do parodies of it and not care. One bit, I think. Also, I've been browsing on YouTube, discovering that they have a lot of abridged series. Like ones from Pony Boki, there's one from FIM from Philosophy, and one from Getsia. So you can tell that the fan base is going strong. Well, since there have been numerous abridged series on shows, not just Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh!, but also like Dragon Ball GT and Digimon. So like Adventure Zero 2, Tamers, Frontier, and Sabers. But also Princess Tutu and Full Metal Alchemist. Also Death Note as well. And also they've confirmed that they're doing a third season. Only this time it's going to be 13 episodes instead of 26. Which according to one of the voice actors and also one of the singing vocalists. And what? Another thing that's appealing that it has that old bit like text savory and Warner Bros. Cartoon style style humor. And of course, the one that I like them about it is where one of the characters goes like demented. Like in the third episode actually of season 2, where Twilight Spark has to write a renting report and she can't think of what to write, then she starts to go crazy. Yeah, the series did give me some laughs. And just like Generation 1, there are songs in it. Well, not like every episode they would have a musical number. Like every couple of episodes there's a song or two. And surprise? And they actually hired a professional songwriter. Rather than just like have like the writers just like put like song lyrics and then they just try to like as they go along. Like they would just hire a songwriter and like give them the script and basically do some songwriting. No. They're all written by Daniel Ingram. Those who don't know who Daniel Ingram is, not only there's a website that I put in the description if you want to learn more about him. So, as you probably guessed, I'm actually a brony. Which is the term that for a fantasy series. Which is a combination of pony and brother. And also I posted a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic wiki in the description as well. So as you probably can tell, I'm a bit excited with the two-part season 2 finale. That's all there is to say about it. If you're a fan of the series, I hope you enjoyed my review of it. Oh, and also I should mention that I posted 2 links, well, from CR of Channel Awesome, or that guy with the glasses guy, who did a retrospective on the series. And this was made when season 2 premiered. Well, the first I focused on Generations 1, 2, and 3, and the fourth one is the second one based on G4. And also there's a link for that episode of Anime Analysis where you interview the Ronin community. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.